Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today I wanted to talk about products that really shocked me, or I guess shook me is what people say these days, right? Is that my cool? Am I part of the cool kids now? This is just gonna be a video about either I went to the store and I swatched something not thinking much about it and I swatched it and was like, wow, or something I bought and wasn't expecting much of and was like, this is amazing. These are things that most of them people don't really talk about. Some of them are really popular, but I feel like before it was like a super popular thing, I was like part of the crowd who was just discovering it when it first was released, and I was like, this is awesome. So yeah, products that I really didn't expect much from and was kind of blown away, and people just don't talk about it. So let's get into it. The first product is gonna be super boring. It's like $1 or $1.50, and it's just cocoa butter lip balm. I get this at CVS. It's like at the counter. This is so moisturizing. I feel like it's just kind of like a greasy stick of pure cocoa butter, but lathering this, I can't speak today. Lathering this on my lips before I go to sleep is like amazing. This really calms down my lips. I have such dry, chapped lips, and for me personally, Burt's Bees and a lot of really flavored lip balms burn me. They're not pleasant. So this is kind of like calms it, moisturizes it, and doesn't burn my lips. It just feels like very healthy and nourished, as opposed to like, here's fragrance and a ton of crap on your lips. It's like, makes my lips very nice. Next is something that is really popular, but when I first played around with them, I wasn't expecting much, but on your lips and using them for brides, for freelance, they're amazing. And it is just the NYX lip lingeries. I love NYX lip products. I think like the soft matte lip creams and all their jazz is like super cool and awesome, but these are amazing. I always like will see colors like this and I'll be like, this isn't gonna look good on me, but these are so smooth and beautiful. They're so pigmented, they're long lasting, and they're comfortable. Like, ugh. My lips are so dry right now. I'm wearing a ColourPop matte lipstick and it's like, ugh, I feel like I could crack my lips off right now. These are so good. I love them, and I wasn't expecting much from them. I'd heard some people talk about them, and then I think they're even like a step better than the liquid mattes, and the colors are fantastic. The nudes are so flattering, even though I never thought the nudes like that are browner or darker would really flatter me, but I actually really like them, and these are good. Next is kind of like my holy grail lip products. I have a small one here, and it's just the Tarteist lip paints. Now, not to be confused with the Tarteist matte lip paints. They are very drying and very thin. The Tarteist lip paints are moussey and minty. They smell really minty, and they are thick mousse-like texture. This is the color Honey. Looks like that. These are the most comfortable pigmented lip products. The other ones are the ones that are the top row, and I guess they're more popular. There's way more colors. There's way less colors of these. I have a whole gift set and I've used them all year. They're amazing. Like, they're just so comfortable and easy to put on, and they last forever, and they do dry down matte, but since they're moussey, they're not super transfer proof, but at the same time, they're so much more comfortable than the other matte lip paints and other matte lipsticks, and these are like my end all be all. I love them, and I was not expecting when I bought the gift set that I would be so head over heels for these products, but comfy, long wearing, beautiful. What more could you ask for? Before ColourPop was like super well known and going to Sephora, they were really popular for their matte lip creams, and people talked about their eyeshadows. This was only when they had like eyeshadows and matte lipsticks, and I bought a couple of the metallic eyeshadows because I thought they looked really pretty and the texture of them was really awesome, but I didn't expect to fall in love with them the way I do. These are, to be honest, this is the color Un. The most metallic and beautiful, like, look right there. They are just so stunning. They are what's always missing as like the pop on my lid. So when I'm trying to do like a super glam or like prom or going to a wedding, these are my go-to. Like, I've hit pan on them. I did them in my hit pan video. They're just so incredible. They're so pigmented. They make your lids so shiny. They're just the oomph factor that I always want. And when I got them, I was like hoping that I'd really like them. I wasn't expecting them to be as like metallic and awesome as they are. So I was like, yes. Next is something super cheap that I got at Ulta, and it's just, I think they still have it out, the Essence All About Sunrise palette. This is just a super nude warm toned little palette, but this is like $3. And let me just like swatch that one. Like, this is a $3 palette. Can you look at that? These are just so pigmented and beautiful, and for so cheap. I was like, oh yeah, a little Essence palette. And then I touched it in store and I was like, whoa, like this would be a beautiful highlighter. Oh, look at that. Such a beautiful shade, and they're so cheap. And I was just not expecting them to be this good. Next is my current holy grail eyeliner, and it is the NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner. I had talked about my woes, sorry, my sleeves are like falling down, talked about my woes so much with liquid eyeliner pens, and then my NYX liquid liner got discontinued, but this is the most pigmented, and it's like $7. You can get it at Target and Ulta. It's by NYX. It is amazing. So that's just like one little line right there. It's just a brush tip, kind of like the cat. You can see the little thing off it, but this is a pretty old one. These last A, forever. B, they don't, I have hooded eyelids and I have problems with eyeliner getting up there. This rarely does that to me. This is so easy to work with, pigmented, lasts forever, cheap. It's all I could really ask for in an eyeliner pen. It is, I bought the Stila, I bought the Kat Von D, I bought Physicians Formula, Jesse's Girl. This is the best one. I hated all those other ones. The Stila one dried out on me after like my third use, so this is the best. Next is something new, and I haven't heard many people talk about it, but it is the Milani highlighter, and it is in the color Afterglow. There's a bunch of other colors, but only in the store I can find Afterglow. There's like Sun and Day Glow. This is what this shade looks like. This is a beautiful highlighter. It is not a natural highlighter. This is a wham bam to the heavens. It's not gonna look anything too spectacular right there, but on your cheekbone, this is gonna look, that's the color right there. See it? This is going, it just, and it stays all day. I got so many compliments at work and I was like, oh my God, your highlight is popping. And I'm always trying to make my highlights popping even at work. So I was not expecting that, and it lasted so long. It made my cheek so highlighty. I was so excited, and I haven't heard many people talk about it. These are, I mean, they're a little expensive. They're $9.99 from the drugstore, but it is so beautiful. Next is something that is so talked about, but I remember the day they released these, I was walking through Ulta and they were like stocking the shelves. They were brand new and I looked at them and I was like, oh, these look interesting. And they're the Stila, what are these? The Magnificent Metals eyeshadow. You guys have heard about these everywhere, but I will never forget how shook I was when I pulled it down and I was like, oh, let me just test one. And I like swatched it on my hand and I was just like, oh my, it was just beautiful, glittery goddess goodness. It is just, I still remember, it was after work, I was like having a bad day, I went to Ulta, I swatched these, I was like, one day I will own every color of these, and no one was talking about them yet because they had just been released, like I couldn't find any videos on them, and I was like, these are gonna be groundbreaking. I know for a fact these are gonna be all over YouTube, and they were, exactly as I thought, and rightfully so. They're beautiful, glittery goodness, and I remember, I was shook, totally shook. Next is something that was limited edition, but I will never forget. I was walking through Ulta, I touched it, it was so soft, so beautiful. I brought it home and it became a staple in my makeup collection. And it is the cheek palette from the Pirates of the Caribbean collection of Lorac. I did not expect to be as in love as I was with this. It looks like this. You can see I hit pan on this highlighter shade. The highlighters are, they really pack a punch, but they're also natural at the same time, to the fact that they are just so beautiful. They're the most beautiful highlighters I've ever used. They are subtle, but still amazing. So they're great for work, but also for a night out. It's so hard to explain. And this is like a beautiful, could be blush, could be contour, could be bronzer. This is beautiful, this blush. I wish they would come back out with this. I wish I had gotten a backup, but I remember putting the highlights on my hand in the store and being like, these are beautiful. I think I'll really like them. They're so soft. And I was like, it can't be good. It's from the Pirates of the Caribbean collection. Lorac's collections sometimes can really be kind of stinkers. And I had no interest in the eyeshadow palette. I had no interest in the lipsticks. And I just kept going back over and touching it. I was like, you know what? I'll buy it. And now this is like a cult favorite on YouTube. Look it up. People love this palette. It is Probably one of the best it's the best purchase I've ever made from Lorac. It really is. And I remember not expecting to be as blown away as I was. And I am. Last but not least is the first product I've ever tried from this brand, and it is so controversial, but it is so hyped up. And I had no expectations, but I have to say I am blown away, and it is the Jaclyn Hill palette. I am thoroughly impressed with these eyeshadows. They are beautiful, they are pigmented, they are blendable. It is just such a fun palette. It's beautiful, it's warm. And I feel like people really, I've never tried another Morphe palette, so that's probably the problem. I need to try another one. So I wasn't really expecting anything, especially after watching Stephanie Nicole's video where it's just basically repackaged crown shit. So I was like, really like, and when Ulta released it, I was waiting and waiting and waiting so I could actually touch it. I didn't have to buy it, but none of the Ultas around me were getting it in. So I was like, you know what? If I order it and I hate it, I'll just return it to the store. And I ordered it and I have not been disappointed. So I was definitely shocked by that because I was not expecting anything from Morphe because of the controversy surrounding the whole brand. And I just thought it was just a relabeled brand that's pushed and peddled by every big YouTuber, but this is impressive. I really like this palette, so sue me. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thank you for watching this video about what shook me and shocked me about the makeup world. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I can't wait till you join me again. Bye.